with 10th standard science chemistry chapter metals and non-metals. So in the previous classes we have discussed how the metals react with water, how they react with the other metals, that all we have discussed. So in today's class, let us discuss the reaction of the metals with the solutions of other metal salts. See, in the reactivity series if you check, there are so many metals which can displace the other metals of the aqueous solution of the salts. That we are going to discuss today. So the general statement for this is metal A plus salt solution of metal B, salt solution of metal B, which will give salt solution of metal A plus what I can write, students, plus the metal B, right? Means what happened here? There is a metal called A, okay, which is reacting with the aqueous solution of the metal B, the aqueous salt solution of a metal B. So if the metal A is more reactive, it will displace the metal B. That is what in the product side you are getting the metal B, and metal A is reacting with the salt solution of the metal B. Now you can write it as the salt solution of the metal A. If you are under confusion with this statement, take down an example, you will come to know. Zinc plus, in the place of metal A, let me write zinc plus salt solution of metal B, copper sulfate solution. Now zinc is A metal, okay, copper is metal B, but the copper is along with this salt, that is copper sulfate, we have made it the aqueous solution. That is what salt solution of a metal B. Now what happens in the reactivity series, the zinc comes first, means it is more reactive compared with the copper. So easily it can displace the copper from its salt solution. That is what here, what I am getting, students, ZnSO4, zinc sulfate, correct? Salt solution of metal A, zinc is metal A, right? So what you got? Salt solution of metal A, and what is displaced here? Copper, which we have taken as a metal B. I think it is clear now. So this reaction is called as metal displacement reaction. Metal displacement reaction. Because one metal is displacing the other metal, but is it only in the metal form? No, it is in the form of aqueous solution of its salt. Right? So zinc plus copper sulfate. Zinc will displace the copper from its salt solution. That is what you are going to get the copper here, and zinc reacts with the sulfate to form as the zinc sulfate. Right, students? Keep it in mind whenever you write the chemical equations, check whether it is balanced or not. Check out, students, now is it balanced or not? Take down the equation. Yes. Let us take one more example. Iron plus Fe plus copper sulfate solution. What happens now? Iron sulfate FeSO4 plus copper will get displaced. students, let us learn how metals react with the solutions of other metal salts. How the more reactive metal will displace the less reactive metal in the aqueous solution of its salt. Let us learn. So for this is called as the displacement reaction of the metals. So chemicals we need is a beaker of copper sulfate solution and a strip of zinc metal. So what you are going to do now? Place this zinc metal in the solution. Keep it for some time. As you can observe the changes on the zinc metal strip. After 1 hour, observe that as the reaction is changed, the solution changes from blue to colorless. And you can see the surface of zinc metal also. It has become reddish brown. So what happened exactly here? This is a beaker of a copper sulfate solution. The solution is blue due to the presence of copper ions. So when you put a piece of zinc into the solution of copper sulfate, zinc metal is made up of many zinc atoms and they have packed regularly in a layer. If you see the reactivity series, zinc is more reactive compared with a copper. Zinc has a greater tendency to form positive ions. That is what zinc will form the positive and losing 2 electrons. By losing 2 electrons, it will become positive. Now zinc is oxidized, we can say, by losing the electrons. What happens with a copper then? Copper is a less reactive metal. It prefers to remain as an atom. So it will take the 2 electrons to become atom. Cu plus 2 plus it is gaining the 2 electrons to become atom, copper atom. Nothing but copper ion is reduced. As you can see there, how the zinc and copper is getting displaced with each other. Zinc ions go into the solution and copper atoms being deposited on the metal strip. The more reactive metal can displace a less reactive metal from its salt solution. Let us check whether you understood this reaction or not. What I am going to do is, I have taken the copper strip and a zinc sulfate solution in the beaker. Let me put this copper strip in the zinc sulfate solution. Keep it for some time. Observe after 1 hour. Do you find any changes on the copper strip solution, copper strip students? No change between copper and zinc sulfate. Why? What happened there? As you know the reactivity series of the metals, zinc is more reactive than the copper, copper is less reactive than zinc. That is what? It cannot displace. It remains same in their original places.
What happens when metal A reacts with the salt solution of metal B? What happens there? The metal which is more reactive will displace the less reactive one. In this case, what happens, students? Metal A is more reactive than the metal B. That is what it displaces. So you are getting salt solution of metal A plus metal B. So let us understand this with an experiment. Take the copper wire and the iron nail. Take two test tubes. In first test tube, you are going to fill the iron sulfate solution. In the second, copper sulfate solution. In the iron sulfate solution, put the copper wire. In the copper sulfate solution, you put the iron nail. Keep this experiment for half an hour so that you can find the changes. Yes, what changes you can observe there, students? Iron nail where you have put in the copper sulfate solution, it is turning into pinkish brown deposition. Means what happened there? Iron has displaced the copper. You can see there the equation also is there. But do you find any changes in the first beaker, students, where you have taken the copper wire in the iron sulfate solution? No, we don't find any changes. Copper plus iron sulfate. Do you find any changes? No reaction. Why you don't find? Because as you see the reactivity series, iron is more reactive than the copper. That is what in the first you are not observing any reaction.
Zinc plus iron sulfate. Zinc plus iron sulfate. What you can get? Zinc sulfate with the displacement of iron. Again, what I can say? Zinc is more reactive compared with iron. That is what it can displace the iron easily and can form the zinc sulfate solution. Next example, copper plus silver nitrate AgNO3. As you know, students, if you check the reactivity series, silver is very less reactive compared to the copper. If you compare copper and silver, silver is less reactive, copper is more reactive. Okay, if you compare copper with the zinc and all, it is less reactive. But here you are going to compare only copper with the silver. Right? Now what you can expect, students? Copper Cu NO3 twice. Copper nitrate with the displacement of silver. Right? Hope you are getting. One more. Zinc plus sulfuric acid. You can take this as a sulfuric acid, or I can say as iron and hydrogen is with its aqueous solution of the salt. Like that we can take, right? So when zinc reacts with the sulfuric acid, what you can get, students? Zinc sulfate ZnSO4 with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas will get liberated out. So what you can say here? Zinc has displaced the hydrogen. Right? Zinc has displaced the hydrogen. That is what you are getting, zinc sulfate and hydrogen displacement. So these are all few examples for metal displacement reactions. Hope you are understanding and taking down the equations. Students, in many of these cases, metals, this metal is high reactive, this metal is less reactive compared to this, like that we have discussed. So let us discuss the reactivity series. Reactivity series. With all these experiments, right now, whatever we have discussed, with all that we have come to one conclusion that there is one reactivity series of the metals, right? the metals. The first one is potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. What I want to say, potassium, sodium and all are highly reactive. As you go down the reactivity series, okay, right from the potassium, sodium, as you coming down, the reactivity of the metals decreases. So what can I write in the top, students? The sodium, potassium are all most reactive. These are most reactive elements. As you are coming down, the reactivity of the metals decreases, right? So reactivity decreases. And one thing you have to remember, students, reactivity decreases compared with these one. That we have to keep it in the mind, okay? Next, as you are coming down, here is one special case, students, that is the hydrogen. As you know, actually hydrogen is one of the non-metal. Then why we are adding it under the activity series of metals? Why? Because this hydrogen is having some special features. Sometimes it acts as a metal by losing its electrons. As you know, it will behave like a H plus, right? It will lose its electron. Whatever the electron is present in this, it will lose and it behaves like a metal. That is what we have included it under the activity series of metals, right? Okay, as you come down, mercury, silver, gold, platinum, as you are coming down, what happens? These are all less or a least reactive. Okay? Least means very less reactivity of these metals we find. As we have discussed, whether you put the silver, gold in the water or with the oxygen, we don't find the reaction, right? Easily they won't react. That is what these are all least reactive metals, right? So this is called as the reactivity series of the metals, right, students? Take down the list. Remaining we will discuss in our next class, students. Take down today's home assignment. Practice the equations that how the metals react with the solutions of other metal salts. Just now so many examples and equations I have given, no? So all that you have to practice and practice this reactivity series, that is today's home assignment, okay? Remaining we will continue in our next class. Thank you.